dwell. All right, so a number of people are not on the Foundry server, but it won't matter for the first
I'm
hour.
getting there.
It actually probably won't matter for the first hour. Like, really won't.
Oof.
All right, so you guys were fleeing the site of mad religious fanaticism,
Oh, that's
and
right.
possibly
Christ.
someone who was destroying the entire planet.
I was going to say we blew up a planet. That's how I like to think of it.
Well, yeah, look, you know.
It sounds bad.
Yeah, I mean, technically...
Sounds like Orcus fixed the battery on his gun.
Yeah, it's... Technically, you observed someone else destroying a planet, or know someone who destroyed a planet. I don't know. Anyway, look, one of my other groups once took a anti-ship, antimatter mine and decided to use it as a device to blow open a gate.
Seems legit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, seems legit.
Yeah, they leveled a large town. It's still one of my
I seem to remember a vehicle mounted grenade launcher being used, or it was a mortar, against aliens in a town made of natural gas pipes.
Yeah, that also has happened. Good point. Well made.
Only an idiot would do that.
Yeah. I mean, there's been many, I don't want to draw too many links, but there's been a number of things that have gone wrong, actually, now that you bring it up. All right, so anyway, you're in the ATV. Remember the ATV?
Yeah. And Tom's not driving because I think...
No, I'm recovering from trauma.
Yeah.
The interns are driving, right?
Yeah, one of the interns.
The new intern is...
Yeah.
Oh, we have a replacement intern?
No, we have an intern plus one.
Yeah, intern plus one. That's right. Because you rescued... What was her name? Actually, I'll just throw it. Kaig Husak.
Intern plus one.
This woman who was floating around with Sorel, but was not actually weird cultically attached to what, Sorel wanted to do.
Yeah, Sorel had lost it.
Yeah. So, yes.
But we've got all the crystals, right?
You grabbed... you didn't...
we're missing one crystal, aren't we?
Yeah, you never went looking for it. You just... You guys just legged it.
Almost like we were being attacked by hunter killer bots or anything.
Oh, look, whatever. I mean, you had a plasma gun, for Christ's sake.
I was fine, yes, but yeah, I think some of us took a beating.
Yeah, the grenades in particular were highly efficient ways of injuring people, it turned out. So you are in your ATV, and...
our new ATV.
Your new ATV.
Not the one ruined by Tom.
When this guy appeared in front of you, or between you, he's not actually wearing that armor. He's actually basically naked. Well, not basically, he is naked. But he's an alien. He's got wings. He's got big eyes, got a weird ridge. He's kind of reptilioid. And he goes, "Hello, I am Diusk." And you all went, and that was where we stopped. So, I think the first thing we should do is get people to make... Oh, God, I'm going to have to work out what skill you need to roll. Because look, it's pretty...
I'll guarantee you I won't have it.
It is a gift.
Is the skill initiative? That's how this works.
Well, he's not armed, and he says... "Hello, I am Diusk," and he just appeared. He first of all appeared in your hold, and now he has appeared in your bridge, or in the cockpit of the vehicle. He's not armed, he's not armoured. He's appeared from nowhere, which is impressive. The skill is that I'm actually not going to make it a law roll, because these are one of the he's a member of a major race, and I'm just going to assume... reasonably well-educated members of society know who the major races are.
Okay, so we're going to need a TED Talk.
The intergalactic spies, or whatever we are, probably know what races exist.
Yeah.
Well, some of us are intergalactic spies, others are intergalactic thieves.
And yet, somehow, there's not...
I'm just a
reformed intergalactic thief.
Sorry, reformed. Yeah. Sorry, my bad.
I'm an honest businessman.
Here, look, the Dead Sea Tupperware, still fresh.
Indeed. and you all recognize him as a member of the Droyne or Drone. They are one of the races who are known to have discovered jump drive off their own bat. So no one turned up, no one gave it to them. They're pretty weird, even for like other races, in the sense that there have been Droyne communities found on planets which have a tech level of basically 1, which means, sharpened sticks kind of level of technology, all the way through to tech level 15 and possibly beyond communities on other planets who have ships that are as good as anything the Imperium can produce anywhere. And there doesn't seem to be a lot of logic to it. No one really knows where the Droyne homeworld is. There's no concept of a Droyne polity. So there's no Imperium of the Droyne or Kingdom of the Droyne. You encounter them on random planets. They pop up lots of different places. They're mostly concentrated around the Spinwood March, though, which is where you guys are. There are definitely Droyne enclaves in the Zodani Empire. That's quite well known. And there are some Droyne enclaves in the areas that the Vargir control as well. But like I said, they don't have any. They're just found on planets, and the assumption that, well, that's probably getting to actual real knowledge as opposed to what you would know just by dint of living in the Imperium. So no, all right. So they're.
Can I ask a question?
Weird. Yeah.
So when you said there've been Droyne found on low tech and high tech, have the Droyne been themselves the reason? Like, it's not a Droyne planet that is low tech or high tech. They're just a colony of Droyne on a planet that is of a certain tech level.
Correct. Yeah. So there are planets that are controlled and owned by the Droyne. Funny story. They tend to be the ones with the high tech level. And where they say,
and the rest are a bunch of hippies that fucking are trying to slum it with the rest of the world, right?
Well, they predate most human populations.
Mm-hmm.
So it's mostly colonists who rock up on Droyne planets, and on the Droyne planets where they're tech level 15 fusion, man-portable weaponry, they don't tend to get a lot of colonists, and there are planets where they're literally running around with sharpened sticks. The weird thing about them is there doesn't seem to be anything that particularly distinguishes those two groups, other than the technology.
Okay.
Is this the same as the the little lizard administrator that we sweet talked?
The BWAP. No, this is not a BWAP. They look more like amphibioids.
Obviously.
They look more amphibioid than lizard-like. And these guys are kind of bird-like in the sense that they can actually, a number of them can actually fly. Like it's not universal, but they all have wings. Some can fly, some cannot. So they have very light bone structures. They do all of those sorts of things. Like they're built to fly, and they're a bit shorter than the standard sort of human. They kind of top out at about 100, and most of them would be no taller than 150 centimeters at a max. Like that would be a big Droyne, a tall Droyne, and they have like the forward-facing knee, back-facing ankle, then feet-facing forward sort of thing. Like they work a little bit like a dinosaur / bird in the way that they move around. But and they're weird. Everyone knows that the Droyne are weird. In a really quite fundamental way, so as a general statement, Droyne worlds are amber rated because the Imperium pretty much just kind of goes, look, we're just going to leave them alone. They don't trouble anyone. They're not expansionists. They don't go around conquering other people's planets or any of that sort of stuff. And really, on the whole, they're just very weird. So they tend to be amber rated. So the Droyne planets inside the Imperium are mostly amber rated. Which is to say, don't go there unless you absolutely need to, or you have a really good reason. Any of you want to know more than that?
Would you like to know more?
You would actually need to have a knowledge skill that like a scholarly skill about aliens or about history or something similar. And I don't think any of you do. I'm just looking at Clank just to check that assumption.
I have science history.
Oh, well, that's literally the skill you need.
Science history 0.
Oh, well, that's more than anyone else has.
Oh my god.
And it's
I
an
love it.
education-based role.
Okay. Science history.
Hilarious. Oh, and
I just
Kush,
happen to have
you
this
might
skill.
have an opinion about the Droyne.
Oh, that's a 3.
Yeah, okay,
Effect,
so yeah.
effect -4.
They're so weird. They're just weird.
Okay.
One thing that you do know is there's kind of a suggestion that they go back a long way. Like a really long way.
Oh yeah, that makes sense since they're bloody everywhere and they don't really have anything holding them together.
Like, yeah, 10
And they just physically teleported, right? I think we're ignoring the fact that a naked Droyne just teleported, which means that either it's in some sort of tech embedded in their body or they can naturally do it.
Yes, so...
Well, he had some magic glowy arm thing, didn't he?
That's
I think he had some armor on his
No, he just has himself. But
Okay.
that does trigger the other thing the Imperium knows about the Droyne, which makes Imperial people a little uncomfortable, is most Droyne have natural psionic abilities.
Yeah. Balls.
That'd be it.
Yeah, so the Droyne are
Your suit's probably going to shield you, Nick. You don't have much brain activity, so you'll be fine.
I'm fucking smarter than you.
I don't know, man.
I feel like...
I just sounded like to me.
Exactly. I'm sorry you're squeaking at me, man.
Quack.
Kush, do you want to make a Science Church of the Chosen Ones roll?
Is it?
Why not? Why not?
Well, you've got it. You might as well swing it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, no. Drawing weird. Okay, good. Everyone's on the...
Drawing weird.
Drawing a weird model.
One thing I'd just like to point out, though.
Yeah.
The last thing that we sort of didn't see, then suddenly saw, chewed up half the party, and we don't remember very much about it.
This is true.
The Dolphin remembers it really well.
We would be a little paranoid.
The Dolphin has very distinct memories of what it was.
Yep. I remember it a bit too. Remember, I have the trauma has beaten its way into my brain.
It has.
I have a alien-shaped hole in my head.
Yeah.
That
is
sweet
true,
trauma.
Though. Although this is the really bad news. You have mostly forgotten that thing exists. If the Dolphin doesn't remind you of it, most of you forget that it even existed.
Yeah.
Well, fuck, eh?
Yeah, the Dolphin literally has to it's the whole 51st dates thing. You literally have to remind people. No, remember when we met the glowing blue alien that was killing people? And then they all go, what?
Like, well, no, we don't.
No.
But surely I would remember it a little, given my
to
alien-shaped hole.
To use your language, you have an alien-shaped hole in your memory.
Yeah.
You have a hole in your mind.
I know. Thank you, Quado.
But it is a hole. It's not a perfectly filled in shape. It is indeed, since I'm going to start reading it again on the weekend because I got it back and I'm going to read it, the sudden appearance of Hope issue, which is Hope leaves a space in people's memory where they go, hold on, I know I talked to someone, but I just can't remember anything about them. So that's where you're at.
Cool. Yeah, that's cool. No. I know the facts of the thing. I just don't know the details.
Whereas
of the
thing. Others don't even remember the thing.
Don't even know that.
Events. Like they paste over the events. They come up with different narratives to describe what they experienced. So unless the Dolphin literally goes out of their way to remind people, by now most of you have forgotten that even happened. Yeah, so think about that for the future adventure. Anyway, all right, so so Diusk is there, and he's like looking at all of you, and he raises his little hands in the air because the dolphin looks very armed. It's just floating with like guns mounted on its combat armor.
Weak.
Yeah, it's okay, correct. Hello?
What the fuck are you doing in here,
I
sir?
I come to offer you rescue.
Seems good.
We accept.
We accept.
We're 100%. Yeah, we're all in.
Is good. Yes.
Yes.
I know
Okay.
I'm going to regret this, but okay.
This is going to go on our credit.
You must
isn't it?
and he closes his eyes for a second and squints really hard, as in he furrows his little brow.
Yep.
And
Taking
then
a crap.
He goes, he is sorry, I am checking. You must travel 1 kilometer east from here, please.
Intern, do that.
And you must stop in shadow of large rock.
Seems legit.
Is hot. Yes?
It's very hot.
Is good to meet you. I am Emissary Diusk.
Yes, Emissary Diusk.
What?
I am Orcus Magnificus. How you doing?
I am well. And you are not known to me. You are new alien race, yes?
Me?
Yes. I do not recognize you. I recognize the other aliens, and he points.
Yeah, well, the flesh monkeys are pretty common.
Flesh monkeys.
Yeah. They're kind of hairless, so monkeys, flesh. Yeah.
This is true. Slightly worried.
Well, I would be happy to exchange cultural discussions upon a safer incline.
Oh, this is good. This is why Leader of Leaders wants me to take you to place of safety, so that you can be safe.
I note this down. Leader of Leaders. I didn't think they had leaders. What's going on with this nonsense?
Yes, Leader of Leaders. He seeks to have audience.
I'm saying this inside my head. Oh no, he's reading my mind. Ah. Can't even put my hand on my head.
Sorry. You were thinking very hard. I forget. You are not comfortable.
It takes me a lot of effort. Yep.
You are. I will remember. This is important. You do not like to share.
I don't like to think too hard at people. It's rude.
It is understood that you flesh monkeys do not like to communicate in this way. I will remember this. It is hard, but I will try. And the rest of you, are you also flesh monkeys from here or from other place?
We're all from all over, I think. We just travel together
except for this flesh fish.
We just travel together and trade across the local systems.
You are
spies.
No, you are together. You are a clutch.
No, it's not like that. It's not like that. No.
Clutch. Which is
you are not clutch. Looks very confused.
No.
Then how do you know to stay together?
I think we have some. We are a team, which might also resemble a clutch. It could be a language limitation.
True. Yes, you are not born. I do not mean you are born from same eggs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But
not
your
the same
purpose is what brings you together. Yes, you are serving the greater purpose of your kind.
Yeah, let's go with that.
I'm going to go with yes.
Leader of Leaders has defined our purpose, and we are lucky because we are all of the same mind.
Yeah, ours is a little more complicated.
Yes, it is very weird. How do you know it is? I will ask you over food. It is rude to push you in this way. Anyway, we will come and collect you. Now, my leader, he asks question on behalf of Leader of Leaders, which is, do you want to be taken back to your ship, or do you just want to leave?
Back to actually no, Tom broke the ship flying in too, didn't he?
Well, if you've come to rescue us,
shit.
You ran into a fucking wall.
I had nothing to do with it. If you've come to rescue us, how much time have we got? Would we have time to repair our ship, or do we need to get out of here?
Yes. The planet is not stable.
We should get our ship. We'll fly it out with the holes.
Get your coat. I'll get my coat.
I'll be my bunk.
Vaccines. So you wish to be taken back to place?
Please.
Leader of Leaders has provided warning to people of planet.
Oh, okay, cool, good.
How broken
that
was
means
our
we
ship?
don't have to do that. It was just damaged. It was just scratched a bit.
damaged.
Not as bad as the APC.
Yeah, it was damaged
As
on the
bad as
way
the
in
APC.
because you suffered. Yeah, that is quite a bit of damage actually. But it is not penetrated. It's just the hull.
Listen, it was like that when I found it.
Yeah,
It's not penetrated. I just slipped.
yeah.
It wasn't me.
You are finding it now. I will leave you. If is good, you will.
Yep, 1 kilometer. Stop in Rock Shadow.
East in Large Rock Shadow. Then you will leave ATV and be collected by Auspicious of Seeking.
Sounds great. We genuinely appreciate the kindness you are showing us.
Leader of Leaders wants you to be safe.
I love it. We share a common purpose. I also want us to be safe.
I'm all for it. Okay, so you drive to the location and get out of your... I assume you don't quibble, that you put your gear on, and once you see the ship coming, you decamp out of the ATV.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yep. I've got my gun. And the gems carrying those, and the metal, the weird metal.
Yeah. So as you decamp, you see this coming to pick you up.
Damn.
It's almost 1,000-ton displacement vessel, so significantly bigger than your own. That is effectively a spinal mount, pointing out the front pointy bit. It's a high-end weapon of some description. The ship is clearly very technologically advanced. It's at least the top of the Imperium line. Like it's at least TL-15, if not maybe slightly better. Anyway,
I'm using my mech suit to record.
Yep. Yeah, actually, there's quite a bit of interest in Droyne high-end technology because it's, well, pretty impressive.
Weird.
One thing. Oh, and by the way, the only other minor thing to note is there's no evidence that the one of the reasons just on that whole there are Droyne at tech level 1 and there are Droyne at tech level 15. those are highly stable cultures. So the TL1 tech cultures might have been TL1 for tens of thousands of years. The TL15 cultures might have been tech level 15 for tens of thousands of years. Droyne don't seem to innovate.
Oh. So those cultures are Droyne... I misunderstood.
Yeah.
So
Droyne cultures within a... they might be sharing a planet, but the Droyne bit... The TL15 ones, as discussed, do not tend to share planets with other people. But
so
it's almost like
what I'm visualizing is these Droyne choose to go there to be in a low-tech environment. Kind of like, No?
No, they just have... That's where they're kind of growing up. That's all they know. That's all they want.
That's all they know.
Weird.
That's all they want. Yep.
Weird.
That's a really good way to put it. All right. So, yes, this comes and picks you up. You're greeted by Diusk again. He's accompanied by a somewhat bigger Droyne than Diusk. Probably close to 160 centimeters tall, so very big.
This dude's a unit.
Yep, he is a unit, and he is wearing battle dress.
Oh.
You're an exceptionally handsome man.
Can I have your children? He is this guy, this guy.
I love it how our art style goes from like beautiful to low res poly.
It's all about the size.
That's because but it's because our technology can't resolve high technology.
Exactly.
All right.
Nice. Yeah, nice.
So it's like Amy's tattoo in Futurama that only shows up on ultra high density, so we can't see it on the TV show.
That's it. Welcome to Auspicious of Seeking. This is leader Otshuik.
Buddy. So,
Otshuik does not speak your language.
I think at him very hard. Yo, chick, sup?
Does he have to look? You might. Yeah,
I don't know.
He does. No, I checked.
I don't know if telepathy requires language comprehension.
If there is any
Everyone's like, why are you sweating? Razko, why are you sweating?
He picks up on you.
Thinking very hard.
I say to him, look, if it would be helpful for our interspecies discussion, I would be happy to undergo some sort of
we're not going there either.
Gene sequencing for psychic abilities to help communication. Just saying.
You're happy to get injected? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Sacrifice. Such a noble sacrifice for the good of mankind.
So, just in case people have missed it, which they might have, the Imperium has a very strong cultural bias against psionics.
Oh, didn't know that. Still happy to do it for science.
Look, I think the Dolphin could very well be of the opinion that that's really stupid.
He is.
But humans in the Imperium, as a general rule...
Typical fucking Dolphin. Never pass up the opportunity to exchange DNA with another species.
That's right. Yep.
That's right. That's not a Waldo, guys.
All right. So you're thinking very hard at Utshuik.
Just saying hi.
Now, Utshuik wishes you to feel comfortable in this place, but also wants you to know you cannot wander around ship.
Oh, that's fine. I think that's...
we will take you to your ship, but then Utshuik, who speaks on behalf of Leader of Leaders, wishes you to know that expectation is once we have fled planet, because planet is blowing up, and therefore we should leave, you are intending to leave planet, yes?
Yes.
Eventually.
Yes, we
are. Oh, yeah, we don't like this place.
Yes, I am checking because some species might not want to leave planet, might want to die in burst of flame. I do not know. Anyway, it is good. once we have fled planet, Utsuryok wants you to know that leader of leaders has asked for your presence in dinner.
In dinner.
Yes, we
I
will
don't know
pass
what
in
a
dinner
cultural.
together.
I
Sounds
don't
good.
know if this is a cannibal thing, guys.
So again, I think we can work with it.
Cultural confusion.
I love it.
Is cannibal not a word I know?
Okay, good.
Okay.
So when you say in dinner, you mean
I'm happy with that.
sharing a meal together, not being shared as a meal, right? I just want to clarify.
Do you eat other sentient beings?
No, I never do. No. Only the ones who have like gambling problems and stuff.
No.
Not on purpose.
Not on purpose.
How?
I just wanted to make sure that wasn't a thing you were offering because I'm not into that.
But hold on, you just said that if they have gambling problems, you might eat them.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was just what we call a little joke.
It's not funny to joke about eating sentient beings.
It's true. That's a very good point.
It wasn't a
That's
very
dang
good
correct.
joke.
Yeah, he's not actually funny.
I'm attempting. I was extrapolating my. I don't have very good interspecies cultural exchange knowledge.
Whereas
I'm sorry.
I am the Jim Kirk.
I love this story.
Oh,
So many levels.
She's got 6 bits bones, count them.
Orcus, Jim Kirk, Magnificus. They just call me Jim. What's your name? Okay. Did I tell you that I once beat the Kobayashi Maru?
They call me Jungle Jim because you get to climb me.
It's only a few minutes later because this ship moves like no one's business. When you find yourselves above the site of the original encampment, Shelter Canyon, and you can see they had those ships mounted on the cliff faces that pointed up. They were literally rapid escape vessels, and they've basically loaded everyone on them, and you can see these things shooting into the sky, like firing off,
wow.
like kind of old school chemical rocket kind of firing off at great G to get off the planet. Your ship lies in the pretty much where you left it because there was no capacity to fix it, but you can jump on it. As you're leaving your ship, Diusk, he comes to he's decided Orcus is clearly the person in charge.
The highest intelligent creature. Yes, I see.
It doesn't look good, does it?
Leader Orcus.
Yes.
One seeks to understand, would you like shielding to protect your ship from sun?
Yes, please. Unfortunately, our ship took some damage due to a failure in the biomechanical interface while flying, and
he's talking about me.
And it could certainly do with some protection, so we can exit this rapidly declining situation.
I forget.
Pep era.
So you speak like a technician. Interesting.
Yeah. I know guns. No, that's about it.
You are a warrior. And a technician.
Yes.
And a leader.
When the need arises.
I do not mean to pry, but do you not find this confusing?
No. It's you find that in the moment you only need to be one.
Is like wearing different hats.
Yes, like insert name of leader. He was wearing a very fine battle suit, and you don't. So it's like you put the battle suit on, you need that role. By the way, I'd be interested in trying out that battle suit if anyone ever needed help in interspecies.
I'm just trying to imagine the dolphin fitting into a Droine's battle dress. It's
Anything's possible. Don't judge.
I can make it work.
Get some fancy wings, bro.
Squeeze in. All right, so you are dropped at your ship, and basically when you lift off, Auspicious of Seeking shadows you as you leave, easily keeping pace with you, like not even trying, and basically puts itself between yourself and the sun, which is what caused you all the damage coming in.
No. The wall caused us the damage coming in.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. So we just fly straight up this time and not use the canyon?
Not use the canyon, yes. Very wise.
Yeah.
Yes. I think you did take...
I'm right here. I can hear everything you're saying.
Anyway.
Nope. It was mainly running into the wall. I remember the dice rolls.
Okay. All right. So you lift off and head away, and Auspicious of Seeking is shadowing you as you leave. Is there anything you guys want to do as you leave? Like, there's a couple of options on the table, things you could do.
If we really wanted that crystal, we just wait for the planet to blow up. And the bit that isn't blowing up is probably where that crystal is.
Interesting.
It's actually blowing up. It's decaying orbit, I thought, and being ripped apart.
Oh, it was the harmonic resonance business tearing it apart.
That's right. Yes, tearing it apart. Okay. I mean, I think it might be a bit of a needle in a collapsing moon haystack.
That's kind of haystack.
Yeah, I think we couldn't navigate the canyons while the canyons weren't moving. Once the canyons are exploding, we might find that a little more difficult.
I mean,
It'll be easier to navigate with
that logic. Hard to argue with that logic. Well, it'll be harder to hit the canyon when there's no canyon.
That's true, except when the canyon parts are moving.
I mean, look.
Anyway, I think we can do with 5 out of 6.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Though it will be rather amusing to see what the thing does when it finally descends into the sun and starts absorbing.
If the sun winks out.
This is going to be bad. It will be bad. We probably don't want to be near that.
So the first thing that happens, noting that no, I can assure you that the gem won't eat the sun anytime soon.
It's like
had a
eating
fixed
an
rate
elephant.
of absorption, wasn't it?
Yeah, it does. It has a fixed rate of absorption. Yeah. So no, it will not.
Suns are fairly large.
Yeah, and the sun can outproduce the gem by a fairly significant margin of error. So you lift away and see the planet actually coming apart as it falls into the sun. So what's happened is these poles have actually literally sort of increased the effect of the gravitational field of the sun that was already, causing a lot of damage to the planet, and in effect were holding it together against the gravitational field. So the poles themselves, the pylons, were actually stabilizing the planet. Now they're literally in reverse. So as you fly away, the planet literally falls apart, comes apart into giant chunks which start to descend into the sun proper. They'll orbit it for a while, but eventually will fall into the sun. Or some of the small ones will go.
That needed to happen anyway.
Yes. So
yeah.
You can now.
I never liked this planet anyway.
All right. So you fly away, and you are, as I said, shadowed by Auspicious of Seeking. This thing is packing some serious firepower. Does anyone want to do a scan, like a electronic is it electronic? Yeah, sensor roll. Who's got sensors?
I think. Well, I don't.
Electronic sensors. So Razko's got it.
That's
I'm happy to roll whatever.
He doesn't. So Stel doesn't. Does
I feel
Kush?
like that would be an
I'm not.
uninformed behaviour.
I mean, I can
Right.
I can
wow.
do it as a level 0, but
yeah, you can do it as level 0. The only person who has it at skill is Razgo. Hey, Razgo.
Yeah, got one dot, Betty.
Yeah. Do it.
Electronic sensors. I'll do that. I'm not flying anything.
Yeah. This is basically a
all right.
general scan of, auspicious
Yeah.
of seeking.
Just a normal public role, skill name.
no,
Do I pick a characteristic? Sorry, what's up, Nick?
Like, I
What?
think that might be offensive to scan their ship. Just a thought.
I didn't consider that. Remember how they talk about sharing? This is just how we share.
It's just how we share beautiful words.
Do pick a characteristic modifier to go with that, right? Or is that?
Yeah, int.
Like,
in this
okay,
case.
I'll pick int. Yep, cool.
Yeah.
I thought it would pre-fill. All right, rolling. Okay,
They
that
see
looks
me
good.
rolling,
Alright, so
offended.
what's that as
Nine.
a total?
not bad.
11. Nice.
Yep.
That's pretty good. Okay, you get something.
Yeah, man, this is what happens when I'm not wasting my time trying to fly. I'm not actually. That's just a side hustle.
Okay, so you don't get a lot back because this thing has some serious. Like, first of all, this is a warship.
Yeah, it's shielded up the wazoo.
It's shielded up the wazoo. It's carrying.
At least we know that now.
It's carrying that gun that's pointing out the front. That's not a weapon you recognize. As in, it's not a fusion gun, it's not a plasma weapon, it's something else. It fires something else. You don't know what it fires, but you know you don't have one. And you've never heard, and you can't work out what it does. It has 4 fusion barbettes, which are basically nasty turrety things. It's then got a bunch of triple turrets mounted in pop-up scenarios around the ship. The fusion barbettes are basically big single gun shows. It's got screens to block high energy weaponry. You can tell that much. And there's some sort of shield generator on the ship.
Shit, that's new. Fangled stuff.
And it's.
We don't have shield generators, do we?
New. No, you don't. But it's got emitters built all around the outside of the vessel that are not actually too dissimilar in pattern to your own holographic emitters. Because you've got these emitters built all around the outside of ship, which has a similar sort of profile. But whatever this thing does with its emitters is, you can't work out what it is. But it's definitely meant to be packed. It packs out a serious amount of energy through those emitters. Like, really, really serious. All right. So anyway, yes, it's terrifying. It's incredibly well armed and armored. It's moving much faster than you can move. It's carrying a lot less fuel than you would have to carry, which suggests that its engines are very efficient. It's everything that maybe if you ever were in the Imperial Navy that you dreamed of flying. All right. Once you move past the exploding planet scenario, you get a signal from Auspicious of Seeking, asking you if you would like to dock with Auspicious of Seeking and come over to meet Leader of Leaders.
We'll be there.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we should,
All right. So, while you park far enough outside of the gravity well not to be dragged back in, and for reasons that are not completely clear, the other ship is watching the planet descend into the sun, so it's decided to park itself within reasonably solid visual range with scanners, so you guys are sort of, outside of like Lagrange points and other things like that, even around the sun, but you can definitely see the damage. It's quite spectacular to watch from a distance. And you are docked. Now, docking mechanism is pretty standard. There's basically a long walkway that's extended from this ship to yours. It looks pretty flimsy, but you have a suspicion that it's probably pretty tough for all of that. And yeah, you know, there's a kind of polite tapping at your airlock as a pair of Droyne in what looks like combat armor, so pretty high end but not battle dress, are waiting outside wearing, you know, kind of e-suit, back suit kind of helmets on top of that.
Now, I assume we're remaining in our standard combat-y attire and not putting on the black tie.
Oh,
But probably
I think
that's
the
question
black
to
ties is appropriate. I mean, put it this way, right? There's nothing we can do. Nothing we can do.
No, these guys
If it goes
outclass us in
shits up.
every way.
Yeah.
Just to
So
clarify,
Orcus
though,
is leaving his plasma weapon behind.
Yeah. No, no point to it.
That's wild. Yeah, I mean, that's all the convincing I need.
I mean,
No,
fundamentally,
I'm definitely not taking any weapons.
we're visiting them. They're not visiting us.
no, they're not slumming it. It's fine.
Kush doesn't have to whip up like some quick hors d'oeuvres or anything.
No.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, I'll keep my shield bracelet on my wrist because it's relatively discreet. But yeah, leave the weapons behind.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to bring protective stuff, that's fine. I think that'll be fine. I'm just talking about the offensive pea shooters, effectively.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do.
You do
I'll
think
leave my carbine
plasma
behind. But I'm
weapon
taking the
could
blade.
burn its way through battle dress. Like, plasma weaponry is even low-end plasma weaponry. The difference between high-end plasma weaponry and low-end plasma weaponry is how much power they require to fight. Like, they still basically shoot a giant ball of plasma at people and, well, you know, physics rules. But it's more about how big your power cell is, like how much it weighs, how much you have to pack.
It's always size always matters.
It's all about how big your power cell is. It's not how you use it. It's just how big it is.
Now, both of these guys are carrying effectively spears, it appears, or glaives. They don't seem to be carrying, to your point, they don't seem to be carrying high-end energy weapons, although a very quick look at their armor suggests they have similar connections that, well, not exactly the same, but similar in structure to the ones that you have on your combat armor, Orcus. So
Would you be suggesting that there might be some sort of interchangeability?
Maybe. I mean, you know, power flows in a particular way, but at the moment they seem to be carrying what look like ceremonial glaives. They don't seem particularly high tech.
I'm picturing kind of like you know, what's his name from Stargate. You know, it's just a tall stick that happens to
open up
plasma.
and shoot giant.
The Joffy stick.
Yeah. I've got this very, very simple thing here. Alright, Tilk. That's the name you're looking for.
Yeah.
Sure. They do genuinely look like sticks with a big blade attached to the end of them. Alright, so they escort you back across. They don't talk to you. They don't seem to speak at all, actually. Although, Orcus, you do note, the moment the door opens, they seem to be assessing you in a way that you would find deeply uncomfortable, because it looks very much like they are working out how much of a threat you are.
I'm not sure how realistic or effective this is, but trying to be like conservative in my thoughts, knowing these creatures
you can make an active effort. You're Imperial trained spies. You know, you've had the briefing. You've got to think about prime numbers.
Yeah.
Count those prime numbers. That's how it works. You've had the briefing.
In my head, I just say that they're very good-looking people, and I like them a lot, and I am an honourable person. These are the things they're going through. Because you know what? I'll sleep with them if I need to.
Right, yeah, no, you would sleep with
them.
Fair. Yeah, fair. We've already worked this out. You're willing to exchange DNA with pretty much anyone.
Yep.
They continue to assess you. They walk quite stiffly. They Actually, they don't walk stiffly at all. What am I saying? They do this kind of hopping jump thing. These guys don't have fully formed wings. Their wings are much more stunted. So they move in this kind of odd stalking, jumping movement. They don't walk per se. But it seems very efficient. And, yep, they don't talk to you at all. And they keep on looking at you like you're threats until you get to the other side. And then Diusk is there. He goes,
All right. So,
you have come.
indeed.
You have excuse, these are warrior castes. They will not what is the word? They wear one hat. Yes, they wear one hat.
That's fine. It's fine. I recognize them.
Yes.
They do their job.
Yes. That is correct. They are warriors and they will protect the clutch. Anyway, you must follow me. I will take you to dinner.
Sounds great.
Yes, we are having dinner in. I understood what I did wrong last time.
Yes.
I went and
Cool.
checked dictionary.
Prepositions
Thanks,
are
man.
always tricky.
Yes. It's very tricky to say words. It's very inefficient.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure their language is considered a virus in some cultures.
Oh. That could be true. Anyway, we should go. And he takes you to this big central hall, and it looks like the ship in the middle is basically hollow. So there's just one giant room in the middle of the ship. And what you can see is clear evidence of eating, sleeping, everything happens in this room, and it looks like there's no individual rooms. You haven't seen any staterooms, you haven't seen any cabins or any evidence of that. You've seen rooms for dedicated purposes. This is the only living space that you've sighted so far. It doesn't have a kind of corridor model like your ships do, where you move around and move between corridors.
They can teleport, right?
They just have one big room in the middle, and then they have rooms for various specific purposes coming off this very large room in the middle.
Fascinating.
Sitting.
So does that mean there's like 100 of them in here?
No, there's probably about 10.
Yeah, right.
The room itself is quite large. Like they don't fill it up. Let's put it that way. It is roughly. Let's have a look. How roughly far is it? 20. It's probably close to 40 meters across, and wow, at least 80 to 90 meters long.
It's a soccer pitch.
Yeah, it's a soccer pitch. And at the back of the soccer pitch are the jump engines.
Oh my god.
Just lying there in the middle at the back end of the room. There's these giant, like I said, there's no doors. There's just this big engine at the back. And then in the front half of the room, there is all of this space, including what looks like some sort of dais or raised seating. There's a big chair on the raised seating, like there's literally a throne at one end of the room. You can see there's a Droyne in battle dress sitting on the big chair. There's another Droyne who's in these long robes, like kind of classic ceremonial robe kit. And he's got these kind of metal tokens, and he's talking to the leader when you come in, or the guy at least on the big chair. And then he turns to the guy with the tokens in his hands, these big metal tokens, sort of turns to you when you come in, squints at you, and then looks back down at these tokens or these big metal discs that he's holding, and then says something to the leader, and then steps away. Diusk points you all, not at the leader who's sitting on the chair, but at this big table, which has been placed. And there's this whole accoutrement of foods. A very quick glance at the food suggests that basically someone sort of threw together a whole bunch of foods, some of which looks familiar to you and some of which really doesn't.
I'm easy.
I'm happily going to eat a little bits out of politeness of stuff that looks familiar to me.
I mean, I'm lean into it and ask Diusk to talk us to, like we haven't seen many of these foods before. Where are they from?
Oh, we have collected them over many trips, and we have practiced them. Who is your preparer of food?
I look around. Is there a microwave equivalent anywhere that I could point at?
No.
Well,
This table with food.
This is going to be complicated.
I mean, like the many hats, we take turns.
Oh.
Yes, we don't specialize.
You take turns being preparer of food.
Yeah.
Ah. And he says something in Valani, which some of you recognize. So he's speaking kind of the pan-galactic kind of language. And then he says something in another human language, which is specific to Valani, who are the original Imperium folk.
Yeah. Can I just do a history check? Has there any record of other times the Imperium has been invited to dinner?
Yeah, good question.
Are
we the first ever?
Is this like a super rare event, or is this like has happened before, or?
Yeah, no, it's pretty rare. Well, you don't know about dinner specifically, but you do know that the Droyne are highly isolationist. Even the high-tech end. They don't tend to trade with others. Their ships tend to go from place to place. Per the comment about amber zones, that's not to say Droyne never interact with Imperial folk, but it is to say a lot of the time Droyne ships go hither and thither, and most of the time the Imperium just watches them.
Gets out of the way.
And goes, I don't know where they're going, I don't know what they're doing, but they're not blowing up our ships, so that's probably okay.
Yep, that's cool.
I
was hoping we might find
Droyne everywhere, so.
I was hoping that if there was, we might have some records of how to behave or anything like that.
Oh no, there's nothing like that. No.
I'll fucking wing it then. It's fine.
Yeah. The word he's using in Valani has a very specific meaning. Can I get once again a history roll from Science History Boy? And I don't think the dolphin definitely doesn't know what this word means.
Nope.
You're not vaguely imperial. Ooh,
that's a bit better.
That's a bit better. And this word is pretty well known because it's it used to be a really big deal in Valani culture before they left their homeworld and started conquering the rest of the galaxy. Preparer of food. So the Valani were one of the human races that were dropped on their planet by ancients. And a lot of the food was poisonous. And so there was a very specific role in Valani culture who was the preparer of food, who made sure that the right things had been done so the food could be eaten. Literally the sort of, the super well-trained Japanese chef who deals with the pufferfish.
Yeah, the food.
The flugu chef?
Yeah.
What is it?
Fugu, yeah.
Fugu chef.
Yeah.
Fugu.
Don't eat this bit. Why not? It's the best bit.
So similar sort of cultural role. Except the difference was it wasn't just for show, right? It was literally, most of the food was poisonous, and so you needed people who knew how to prepare the food so you didn't...
Like all cultural habits and things, they started off with a reason.
Yes.
And then lost it.
Anyway, he asks you again for your preparer of foods.
Well, if I recognise the term, I kind of explain to him that, it's from the planets that we come from, that role is not as significant to us, and usually we share in the role of preparing food and providing for one another.
Ah.
There's no formal need for it.
Okay. Okay. Do not eat that and that and that and that, and definitely don't eat that.
Right. Thank you.
Very glad you helped.
Thank you.
Because
So
you would
he
eat
he
the
was
better
asking for
of
the
food.
person. Yeah. I see it now.
Yes, these are your culture's historical food, original food.
Cool. Appreciate the attention to detail.
Oh, I have much attention to detail. I am very good at detail. Now,
avoid the alliums and the chocolate. Yep, we get it.
Yeah. So exactly. Now, what I have realized is I was very rude. You are not a flesh monkey, he says, pointing at Kush.
No, I'm not.
You are Ivagia, yes?
Yes.
It is hard. You look very
Been called
similar.
worse.
But you are also, are you from Extents or from Imperium?
Imperium.
You are not with your people.
No, not really. I find myself surrounded by fish monkeys and whatever this thing is pointing towards us.
Leader Orcus.
You got
This is
this.
good. You are like me. You are sport. No cuts.
I imagine so. Yes.
I'm eating. I'm just stuffing the non-poisonous food in my mouth while I watch this unfold.
Good. I am pleased. Now I have much to share with you on behalf of Leader of Leaders.
Okay.
Kush hears the word sport, and for all psionic purposes, is misinterpreting this term and thinking, oh fuck, I'm going to die.
Dusk looks at you weirdly when you start thinking that. No. In our culture, we value. Not every person in Clutch is member of caste because we need people who are not casted in that way to help us understand others. Because once you are casted in e-technician or e-warrior or e-leader or bows towards the guy in the robes for a second and says something in Droyne, so none of you know what he's talking about, then but sometimes you need person who does not have one hat, is what your point from earlier. Sometimes you need person with many hats.
Yes. Then yes, I am person with many hats.
I am person with many hats. I like hats. Look, I bought Selection. And he pulls out a box and pulls out 3 hats.
That's great.
So I have Talking Hat, and he puts on a hat with a big face and big mouth painted on it. And I have Thinking Hat, and he puts on another hat, and it's got a big glowing motif on it with this kind of weird squiggly line in the middle of it. And he puts that down, and then he goes, and I have a lone hat. And he pulls on another hat, and it's like a picture of one little Droyne waving goodbye to other Droyne who are all on one side. He goes, see, I have a lone hat, I have Thinking Hat, and I have Talking Hat. All 3.
Right.
Legit.
Yes, I am.
They are very fine hats.
I am all 3 hats. I am many things.
Diverse species united by one culture of millinery.
Yes, we is very important. Anyway, now you should tell me, um, why were you on planet?
We got the call from what was the name? Starts with S. We had the call from Sorel. Thank you. We had the call from our friend Sorel, who we've traded with in the past, and she left us a very cryptic message to come and join her on the planet because she'd found something exciting.
Ah, and was it highly energized? This thing?
Well, we found Sorel wandering on the plains in her ATV, and had somewhat gone mad by the time we found her. So we think that she was involved with the unfortunate demise of the planet. But I'm being pretty non-specific in what we know.
Mad because she had been alone.
She was telling us that there was some kind of god trapped in the center of the planet, which to us sounded implausible.
When you say God, is
being of
important
power.
being of power in center of planet.
That's what she believed. Yes.
But planet is falling into sun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is planet, is thing in planet, did she describe it?
She told us about these metal poles sticking out of the ground, and that as she was researching them, she started to hear voices. It did seem like she had done something to these poles, and perhaps that had something to do with what happened to the planet.
Anna. Yeah. So is clear that poles were talking to her?
Go on.
This is just what she told us. We're pretty skeptical. She seemed to be a few marbles short of a bag.
So is not sure. Could be just alone too long.
Yeah, we think her hat fell off.
Yes, good point.
It's hard to be alone for a long time. Not many are good. Will make you unwell. I did not know it was the same for you.
Yes, and perhaps the sun didn't help things either.
So do you think thing in center of planet was real?
We didn't think so, but we don't really know. But we didn't think so, no.
But poles were real.
Poles were real, and poles were obviously very old.
And the building was real, and the building was, we believe, made by no species that currently exists, or perhaps is known to the wider universe.
You see, one moment, please. I must share with leader of leaders. Please eat. I will return. And he literally gets up from the table and walks halfway down this, sort of 80-meter long space, and goes up to the dais and starts talking. You can tell, but you're literally 20 meters away, and he's not yelling. He's actually talking though. He's speaking words. You can tell that words are being said. It's clearly not Imperium that he's speaking. And then he comes back, the leader having said something to him. Leader of Leader is interested in this question of the one who is in the middle of the planet, and the voice is names. Did she give name for God?
Oh, did she?
No. Well, not to your knowledge.
Hmm. Did we did didn't we hack the
Well, we do know a little bit more.
her
Like, we
diary?
had- her diary. That's right.
Mm.
Can
We
we
have all her
review that?
materials from the other ship.
So it depends how open we're being, or if we think we can actually hide anything from the telepaths.
I don't think we can hide anything, and I think, well, I mean, I'm of the opinion that
No.
we just tell them everything. Well, sorry,
Okay.
we don't tell them everything,
These
but
guys outclass us.
we cooperate, and maybe they'll give us stuff.
Okay. Well, in that case, I say, we dismiss much of this as kind of her ramblings as she lost her mind, but we do have her diary here, and we just share it because if we're going to tell them about it, they're going to ask for it. So I just preemptively offer it to them.
Oh. The words are written in your language, yes? No?
Yeah, it was like a data wafer, so I can make a copy out of my thing
I
and give
will
it to
take it to the computer and ask it to read it for me. But this is very helpful. So you do not know name of God?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Is not Yadzoke?
Do you happen to know? I described the species that we had to combat with that people couldn't see.
You described the blue alien.
Yeah.
Evan.
He looks completely blankly at you when you describe it. No, you need to say it again.
Don't worry about it.
What were you talking about?
Okay, I'll approach it from a different angle.
Yeah.
There was a species that of creature.
Yes.
That it seems.
Yes.
Certain races.
Yes.
Could not see, remember, or understand without great difficulty. And what I just described that you asked me to re-describe suggests that your race cannot see, hear, or remember it.
Aslan and dolphins can.
No, this is not... I would remember if you had described this thing.
Yeah, and I haven't described it to you yet, have I?
No.
That's fine.
This reinforces our memory, though, doesn't it? We're like, oh, that's right.
I'm confused. Are you going to describe it?
I just did. Unfortunately, it seems that you are genetically incapable of remembering it.
No, we would remember. I am Droyne. He is Droyne. We are Droyne. We are very, 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 very smart.
Okay, so could I perhaps?
Yes.
You said your computer is can read it to you. Is your computer somewhat sentient?
No. He says that with absolute emphasis.
Okay.
This is very dangerous.
Sorry, it was not my intent to ask if it was an artificial intelligence. It's more about if I go through the process of describing it and you can't remember it, would the computer be able to say that, yes, I went through the process of describing it? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Like,
yes,
hand on head, do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Computer computer is... You want to record message? Or you want a computer to say that you said message?
I mean, we can have the computer record it, I suppose.
Yes. Then
all
we
right.
will have it, and then we can all check it together.
Yep, sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, can you ready the computer for...
Yes, I will get computer. And he goes off and he comes back with a little crystalline slab thing. Puts it on the table. Is computer?
Okay, so...
yes.
Can you confirm for me that this computer has nothing stored on it?
Oh, you want blank computer?
Well, okay.
This is computer with
No
lots
data.
of stuff on it.
What I'm saying is, when this is recorded, where would it be stored on the computer? Like, can we physically look at
in the lattice?
Radio, and we'd be able to see the lattice being filled, right, or is full?
It would take very much to fill lattice.
Okay. All right. Just to step out of character for a second, what I'm trying to say is, can we see the file in File Explorer?
Yes, you'll be able to find the file. Yes.
That's what I want to do. All right, cool. Let's do it. I'm going to explain. I'm going to describe it to you now.
I will record.
Yep. Tell me when you're ready.
Okay. At there, and then it's ready now.
All right. I begin to describe it, and when I'm done, did you understand what I described?
I am still waiting for you to start.
Excellent. Can you stop the recording, please?
Sure. And he stopped, yes.
Now, have a look at the files. Don't listen to them, but is there now a file that is something like 20 minutes long?
No.
What?
Can we see the file?
Yes.
Motherfucker! Surely they can see that the space has been taken up.
No. Is perfectly empty.
Perfectly fine.
Well, just play the recording back. You'll be able to see yourself asking questions.
You play the recording.
That's a good point.
What recording? There is no recording.
Wow, this is really good. God damn it! All right, let's just pretend that I never mentioned anything because there's nothing I can do to change your mind.
Yes.
This was a very complicated dolphin joke.
Yeah. Fucking Jesus Christ.
Yes. Now, I will make the point that even though you guys have got the mental blank about the thing, you can work out there's a file there. But the Droyne actually has it worse than you guys. Like, actually the file itself. Like, it's blanking out.
Ask the computer.
That suggests it's fucking sentient. That the active camouflage that has been
in your brain, like it's
in the
inside their own brain is
sentient.
filtering it.
I'm just hearing that Droyne are very, very smart. The dolphin is maybe at the other end of that spectrum, and the dolphin can remember.
The thing is, it's totally plausible that there's neural. Yeah.
Sorry. Anyway, I do not know why I've
ask the
wasted
computer.
all this time. Anyway, yes. Ask the computer. Yes.
Ask the computer what proportion of the storage medium.
Yes.
Has been used.
Okay. And it says it has used. Is it 11%?
Nice. So, but you can't see the file.
No, it has used 11%. I told you it is already got stuff on it.
Yeah, he's fixing it in his brain, guys.
You can't get around it.
Fixing it.
No. Anyway, I do not know why we're wasting all this time. It is getting very weird. You are strange, and my mom.
I'm sorry.
Yes, Leader wishes to understand why. So importantly, I think Leader is aware that you seek things of the past. Yes.
Yes.
Ancient things. Yes.
The very, very past. Yeah.
Yes.
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 Yes, we are also seekers of past things.
Oh.
Yes, it is our solemn duty. And he does a very serious nod towards you at this point. To locate the things of the past.
Well, there's a whole bunch of things in the past currently heading towards the sun.
Yes, we will not be able to recover them. Is
Bugger.
not good. It's very bad.
Okay, cool. Well, I mean, good luck to you guys.
Yes, so we think there are things. Your people are good at kind of bringing together information.
Mm-hmm.
And leader is aware of new thing. A number of your people are gathering to discuss ancient things.
When
Cool.
do we know this?
This is news to us.
Yes, is news to us too. But we have in employ some people who
Where do we
share
find these people?
information with us.
Yeah.
And we think would be good for people who do not stand out, points at himself, to go to thing, and perhaps we could help each other. Like two Oitrip who come together to fight a thing that is not Oitrip.
Like a some kind of common purpose.
Yes, like two clutches with different purposes, but understand that in this moment there is one purpose. Or like two Oitrip who are fighting against external peoples.
Okay, so did he just ask us to be spies for him?
Yeah.
I think so.
I mean, it sounds like our purposes are very closely aligned for the time
Yes,
being.
you
Legit.
want to find dangerous things and place them in places of safety. Yes.
Yes.
We also seek to collect up dangerous things and put them in places of safety.
Okay. Well,
Because dangerous things, and he points out the viewport, can lead to bad things.
At the end of this process, which place of safety might these dangerous things end up?
Well, we do not know if there will be actual bad things there, but we think it would be difficult for one of us, even with me, and my very good understanding of things, to go. But you, they would not notice. You would be sane. And then at end of thing, you and us could agree to work on it together. Yes, you collect information on things, and if you find information on things, then you share. And then we work together to make sure no more rods or similar things. Maybe not rods.
Yeah, we don't want this to happen to other planets, that's for sure.
I think we can come to an arrangement.
Yes, and then we will be like clutch mates,
Clutch.
but not clutches. We will be two clutches working together, as I said earlier. Or,
Pathetic clutches.
yeah, that is very big word. But yes,
Sorry.
yes. And leader wishes you to know he has location of meeting and would seek for you to attend.
That we would certainly be happy to do that. I suppose a mild question we would ask is that would you be able to repair our ship so that we can get there safely?
Yes, of course, is very easy. We will ask repair Technicians will repair your ship, yes?
Thank you.
It's okay. We have technicians for repair. And we know you do not have technicians who are as good as ours, so we understand.
That's fair. And if they feel like making any improvements, let them.
Well,
I was just about to say,
if they
maybe
wanted to
like
fit
you
some
think one of
tech
those
level
guns
15
on the
shit on
thing.
the outside of our ship, we'd
Yeah,
Are you
just
Yeah.
put
are you
some.
familiar with the
Sorry.
concept of jacuzzis?
Or spine-mounted railguns.
And there's no gap between those two things. Nothing at all. There's nothing between those two moments.
Well, what you do is you take the excess heat from your spine-mounted railgun when it's firing to power the jacuzzi.
I like
Seems
it.
reasonable.
Very reasonable. Okay. We have. We will. Yes, we can. Leader of leaders is happy to repair your ship.
Thank
In
you.
return for you sharing information, yes?
Yep, that seems fine. So, just from my logic here,
Yes.
this is not me. This is
Yeah. Sorry. Mm-hmm.
yeah. Just make sure that just making sure that we're not breaching our solemn duty here. But if this is an unknown tech meeting that's probably not authorized by the Imperium, then that's our job right there.
Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This is fine. I'm fine with this.
Yes.
I would point out that we just invited tech level 15 technicians to do whatever they like and plant whatever bugs they like anywhere on our ship.
Mate, they could have done that. They could have teleported and done that without even talking to us and feeding us half-poisoned food.
I will make the point that tech level 15 is actually tech that you guys have familiarity with. So some elements of this ship are moving possibly beyond that. There's the shield.
I've got to say, most elements of that ship.
Well, no, that's not true. So this is an important point. The ship is a combination of TL-15 and something else. It's mostly TL-15. It's just good TL-15. You guys
but we don't even.
Final mount does.
Like, these guys aren't beyond the Imperium in that sense of the word, right? Like, I mean,
cool.
The Imperium pack can turn up with a dreadnought, which masses 100,000 plus ton, and is carrying spinal mounts meant to level planets, if it needs to. So, like, this is a nice bit of kit, and it's got some advanced tech. But then, of course, the Darien League, who are not that far from where you are, also have tech level 16 cruisers. It's quite reasonably well known that they have tech level 16 equipment, and they once made a sun go Nova, so go figure it.
Okay, that's bad.
Yeah, it was bad for them because they did it to their own sun.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's different.
That was an oops moment. So you could detect tech level 15 bugs is kind of my point. Like, this isn't beyond you. This is well within your capacity to, deal with. Like I said,
just going to swap over, guys, and come back.
Better. Yep, no worries. There are some things that they're just advanced at, but remember, they're also not innovators. Like, this is the tech they have. You guys are the kludging shit together to work out how it works, people. These guys are, like, this ship could be 1,000 years old. It could be 10,000 years old. It would be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not super convinced by it's only tech level 15 and some other stuff you can't recognize. Like something that would be beyond tech level 15 because you don't recognize it. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, and look, the jump drive that you're looking at, and all of you have got familiarity with jump drives, that's a freaking small jump drive. Like, that thing is very small in comparison to the amount of ship that it's moving. So, it's highly efficient design, but that's well within tech level 15 capabilities. Because one of the big things is, per the conversation from earlier, around fusion and plasma weaponry, a lot of advanced tech actually goes into just making things smaller. Like, the fuel requirements are less. The size of the...
Right. So this giant death ship is not as giant as it needed to be if it was a worse tech. That fills me with confidence.
Yeah, exactly. So that's an important point. All right, so
Need a little bit of space. Yep.
So is I better get this. Yeah, it is. So you need to go to is we will give you information, but conference is being held at Aki, which is within sector boundary. And looking at your ship, you should be able to get there. Yes.
Do we need fuel? How's that fuel?
Actually, you can refuel here.
True. We can just. Yeah.
I mean, that's just one jump from us, right?
Probably. Yeah.
Well, it's two hexes, which we can do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're at Caledonia now, and there's Aki. Yeah, that's right. It's a 2 jump.
Right. So just make sure we've got the right fuel on board, and then we.
Yes.
It sounds like you're in your swimsuit, mate. Your water suit.
Did a bit.
So we will. Okay. All right. So we will give you fuel to help you travel, and then we will give you location of conference at Aki, which is being held on. What's the name of the ship again? Sorry, that's me talking to myself.
And presumably, we need some kind of cover story.
Do we
Yes.
know why it's yellow sign? Amazon's
It's racing. All right. So they're gonna do the stuff to can they refuel it while they're at it? I know we can.
That's what they said.
They can. Okay, cool. Sweet. Well, I like that.
Yeah.
Cool. So I can do it.
Yeah. So that's that. Yeah. So the Glisten Pearl. That's it. The conference is being held on the Glisten Pearl, which is like a Starliner. So
why does this feel like the end sequence of fucking Fifth Element?
Mm.
Welcome to Boston Paradise.
We need a rhino to go with the dolphin and the wolf.
That's right.
We need Chris Rock.
What were the aliens? The rhino aliens in
Oh yeah, those guys. I can't remember what they're called, but they were great. Oh.
Anyway, those guys. The jockey. Okay, so yes, if you are good, we will repair ship and we will get you there, and then you will have invite because you are also interested in old things, and conference is for collectors of old things.
Yep.
But we think maybe one is real collector. We do not know.
When you say one is real collector, do you mean that they have access? They already have the stuff.
Well, we think maybe we have checked before, and most of your kind tell stories.
Yeah, fair cop.
Yes, and therefore is not real. But this case is real. One we think might be real. We do not know, but you will work it out because you understand humans. Or flesh monkeys. Yes?
Yep.
Yeah,
And then,
that.
yes. Yes.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
Yes. Good. And then it will be good.
Is the intent for us to? Do you want us to find out which person is the real one? Is that the plan? And let you know what information are useful?
Oh, we want to know if person thing has access to real things because danger might.
Yep, gotcha.
Yes. These are very dangerous things that they are carrying, or might be carrying, or could be carrying. Yes, and if you are good, then we will leave you to go to Aki. Yes.
Sounds good.
You will need to wait day for technicians to finish the repairs on your ship.
That's fine.
It takes day. I'm sorry. You have suffered quite extensive damage. Is lots to fix, but we have drones and we have drones. He points out the window and there's a bunch of sort of torpedoid shaped robots floating over to your ship even as he mentions this. See? Drones.
Wow.
And drones.
Terrifying. Drones and drones.
Now, leader is happy that you have agreed, but notes you must keep your promise.
Oh no, it's a fey deal. Some
It's
kind of
not
fairy
good
bullshit.
to break promise to leader of leaders.
No, that's true in our
No, that
culture
tracks.
as well.
That tracks.
It's important to us to keep our word.
Yes, very important, or very bad things happen.
Or what? What sort of things? Just what traditionally what's happened in that unlikely scenario? Just.
Do you really need to ask that question?
It's just cultural exchange. This is for cultural exchange.
Yes. Derelict, I think is word. Yes.
Derelict?
Yes, derelict ship.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's terrible.
The flesh monkeys will be sans the flesh.
Yes.
Yeah, you couldn't get very far in a derelict ship.
No. Ship with many holes in it does not fly well.
No, not at all. Not if you intend to have some kind of atmospheric.
Exactly.
I get it. That tracks.
And jump is hard when open to space.
Yes.
Yes, and jump is hard when you have no engine.
Yeah.
Jump is hard when you have no oxygen.
Yes. It would be sad. It would be very sad to be in position of no oxygen, no engine, holes inside of
and holes inside. Yes.
Yeah.
Is best to avoid.
Yeah, that's
seems legit.
Well, funny. I mean, I was saying cultural exchange, but it turns out that we also have problems with that. So yeah, we're more alike than we thought.
Yes, is natural consequence of not keeping word to leader is derelict ship. Yes.
Yep. But of course, like all good space citizens, is that the flip side is that those who keep their word tend to get rewarded.
Yes, just that.
Yes. Yes, it is
Yeah,
good
with
to keep
ships that
work
don't have
on.
holes in them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also is good because a leader of leaders is very... He speaks with word of Oitrip. And he is Oitrip. And he is a great leader of Oitrip. And his purpose is pure.
Sweet.
Seems good. And
Seems legit.
a spine-mounted railgun is also pure.
Oh, it's not railgun.
Oh yeah, what is that?
Oh, it is tachyon firing.
One of those will be fine.
Yes, is tachyon firing.
So what's that do? Isn't that a time
Oh,
thing?
I do not know. Warriors and technicians know these things. It is not my job to know.
Sure.
Yes.
Cool. Well, we have something else in common.
Yes. You are sport too. Oh, you are all sports. I forget this. Which explains why you do not have tachyon firing. Because you are busy being many things. And too many of you are many things, which this is not good. It is not organised. But look, anyway, I will put you back on ship now because I feel like our leader of leaders is satisfied with answer. And we will give
And
you...
he's now bored about shit.
Yeah, no. He seeks only to assure you that his name is spoken in high regard in Oitrip and, of course, in many places.
Sounds good.
Yes.
Alrighty. Back to the ship.
Yes. Goodbye. Is good. Oshuik and Diusk and Satse and Usut say goodbye.
Thank you. And farewell to you. See you when we have the info.
Yes.
Yes.
He is Yusote.
Oh, sorry, good question.
Yes.
How do we contact you?
He is Yusote, and he passes you what looks like a scrambler of some description. It has been adjusted to work on your device.
Sounds good.
You can see that it's the same crystalline
That's awesome.
structure as the computer, but it has two very bulky leads that have been somehow attached to the crystalline structure and are basically standard Imperial plugs that you can plug in.
It's been MacGyvered.
It's been MacGyvered. Now, as you all are going away, and to finish it off, you all recall, or most of you recall, the name Yusute is not unfamiliar to you.
Oh.
Interesting.
In your library data, you have an entry under that name.
So I didn't catch the name.
Yusute?
Yusote.
Oh,
Is he the droid we weren't supposed to trust?
Say the droid you weren't supposed to. Yes, he was explicitly the droid that you weren't supposed to trust.
Okay. Sorry, I had a couple of dropouts. I didn't get the context.
No, I don't think anyone did, which is why I'm telling you all.
Okay.
life support suit disintegrator weapon.
Yep.
So was this? Sorry, did we meet Usote? Usote, or?
He was... You're guessing that he was the guy on the big dais, sitting by himself.
He's the leader of leaders.
He's the leader of leaders,
Yep.
exactly.
Okay. Fair enough.
And we're not supposed to trust him. And who said that?
It was in the
Bernadetta.
data files you recovered from, from the captain who was killed, Bernadetta, who was killed
Bernadetta Khaled.
by
Yeah.
the blue alien.
Hmm. Excellent.
Indeed.
I love it when a player goes to shit.
And specifically, apparently, he lied about what they found on some other planet. So maybe we're not going to a conference.
Maybe not. But we'll find out next session.
Yeah, dig it.
Oof. Oof, oof, oof to oof. All right, peeps.
Nice.
Thank you kindly for a great session.
Now, something I haven't thought about. I'll put it in the Slack. Not the Slack. In the Discord later. Is I'll probably give you some experience.
Oh,
yeah, we like experience.
This game.
Yeah, so there's actually an experience mechanic in Newer Traveller, which I've spent I read once, and I have not looked at since, but I will dig it up and then flick it around. I'm pretty sure it's straight up point for point, so basically you can spend it on skills on a point for point basis.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
What about healing?
You can treat yourselves as healed.
All the delicious food we ate.
You'll be healed. You will be healed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, because by the time you're up for at least 2 to 3 weeks travel.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. Cool.
Sorry, more like a week and a half, but I think it'll be enough. And I don't really want you starting.
Okay.
Well, I'm not predicating that the next session is going to have lots of combat in it, because it probably won't. But
don't get my hopes up.
Don't get your hopes up. Yeah, you could have picked a fight with the Droyne.
I mean, if I wanted to end the game early,
that would have been a real fight.
It would have been spectacular, but great.
Yeah, it would have been a real fight. You would have certainly felt like, oh yeah, wow. So this is what combat in Travelers really like.
Yeah, it's funny. And I'm pretty sure that would have been against my prime directive as a Imperial agent.
Which is what, stay alive.
No, don't piss off the giant enemies.
Well, the funny
don't
thing
piss
is,
off
I know I've kind of made this point, but the Droyne are not a threat to the Imperium in a very real sense of the word.
No.
Because there's just not enough of them. So even the tech level 15, there's like a couple of planets with tech level 15 Droyne on them. The Imperium's like, how many star systems? Like thousands?
11,000.
Yeah, but if the Imperium's current policy is to smile and wave,
yes, which it is. That's fair.
Then that's my policy, right?
Yes, and probably should be, because to a large extent, the Imperium and the Droyne kind of move past each other as opposed to running into each other. They do trade. There is trade going on, but it's not significant. Alrighty, so yes,
awesome.
Completely non sort of what your PCs know, but the whole Zodani psionic thing comes from the fact that the original, they shared their planet with Droyne.
Yeah. Okay.
And
so that means the Droyne can gen engineer some psionics into me.
Well, the Zodani may have started with some gen engineering, but it probably wasn't by the Droyne. But the Droyne taught them psionics, and then the Droyne went extinct on the planet. They actually caught a virus, I think it was, like a disease, and wiped them out. So then the Zodani were left on the planet alone, but had already sort of mastered psionics. That's the backstory to how the Zodani learned psionics.